guNairuththamathaam yaathi nochchairaasanasamsThithah praasaadhashiKharasThopi kaakah garoodaayathe. What does this mean, Amma?
So this is very relevant in the current election scenario. guNairuththamathaam yaathi. Gunai, by their inherent nature and wisdom. Utthamatham, greatness or excellence. Yaathi, they get. Na uchchaihi asana samsThithah. Not by uchchaihi, high asana samsThithah. Being seated on high chairs, meaning as thrones. PraasaadhashiKharasThopi. Praasada is castle. Shikhara is the gopura or the elevated position. Api, even then, even if it is sitting there. Kaakah, crow. Garoodaayathe kim, does it become a Garuda, the eagle, the king of birds? The essence of this shloka is, a person gets their greatness by their own merit and wisdom, not by being placed in a high position by others. This may be by money, nepotism, or others' powers, etc.
Since election is around the corner in our state, in Karnataka that is, we chose this sutra from Chanakya Neeti. Chanakya, Kautilya or Vishnugupta, these are his three names. He lived between 375 to 283 BCE, that is before the Common Era. Chanakya was an ancient Indian polymath. A polymath is someone who is very learned and has wide knowledge in many different areas. Chanakya was a teacher, strategist, philosopher, economist, jurist, kingmaker, and the royal advisor to Chandragupta Maurya and his son Bindusara from the Mauryan Dynasty. He was one of the ancient and very versatile diplomats. He is well known as the author of two books. Arthashastra deals with statecraft, political science, economic policy, military strategy. A lot of his ideas are still current even today in the 21st century. Chanakya Neeti is a set of 455 sutras or aphorisms. Through these sutras, which are short sentences holding powerful messages, Chanakya gives very practical lessons on how to live an ideal life and how to run a kingdom. It is said that this is how he trained Chandragupta Maurya and a few of his other disciples in the art of ruling a kingdom.
These sutras set the guidelines not just for the king, but to all of us, householders, laymen, and people in any profession. And these indicate that we should make a very conscious and discreet choice while choosing our leaders.
Coming back to the comparison between the crow and the eagle. Did you know that the crow is the smartest among birds? Crows are among the very few species in the birds and animal kingdom who can use tools to help them lead their lives. Remember that story of the thirsty crow that dropped stones into a water pot to make the water level rise so it could drink it? We have many such recorded instances of crows using tools for other things. They use traffic to break nuts and then come down and eat the insides of the nuts once the vehicle has passed over it. This was just to show you that the crow can be accomplished too, but it is still not considered the king of the birds. That title is reserved for the eagle. It is the only bird that flies directly into storms, while all other birds flee and hide. The eagle is also known for its power and its keen eyesight. Clearly, intelligence alone is not sufficient to be called great. Let's take examples among humans. There's a story about a newspaper company in Chicago where the printing press stopped just before Christmas. This was a time before everything was online, so the entire advertising revenue depended on getting the newspapers printed and distributed. When no one could figure it out, finally an old retired employee was called in. This person walked up and down the office and after a while pulled out a screwdriver and tightened one screw. He then demanded a hefty sum as a fee. When he was asked why such a heavy price for turning one screw, he said it is $1 to turn the screw and the rest is for knowing exactly what to do. Clearly, the right person for a job is not necessarily the one with the longest list of titles or degrees behind their name. Another story I like is that of the cardiac surgeon who took his car to a mechanic. While the mechanic is fixing the car, he claims that both he, the mechanic, and the cardiac surgeon should be paid similarly. He says both of them open up engines, check how they run, fix valves, and put the engines back together. The cardiac surgeon has only one thing to say: try it with the engine running next time. So, when you go out to vote next week, please make sure you're making an informed choice. Make sure our leaders take us towards progress and don't leave us stagnating or filled with corruption. That's it for today. Happy voting. See you in the next episode.